Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Wood. Today we are starting on case 11, Heartless. So I'm very excited to start this new district, Inner City, and we also have my pet Dolphin here. So hopefully I can get some money, some bonus points on the stars, makes things easier for me. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Congratulations, Corporal Will, you made it this far. Are you ready to take a trip to Inner City now? I'll dispatch you there with Amy. I want you both to witness the meeting of Melting Pot once you get there. Awesome, well, I'm so excited I get to hang out with you in Inner City. You'll love it. It's crowded and colorful. We'll take nice pictures. You should listen to Corporal Will, Amy. Inner City is not just a touristic place. It has always been a beacon of hope for many immigrants throughout the world. Russians, Chinese, Indians, Arabs. Sadly, this place is not without tension. The Chinese and the Russians have been stuck in a never-ending struggle for a while. Which is why I'm sitting here with you. She was born and raised in the inner city, so I think it's safer if she shows you the way. Hey guys, let's hit the road and go to inner city. I'm glad I was asked to show you around inner city. Well, trust me, this is the most exciting part of Pacific Bay. Really now. Someone would call it a melting pot, but there's more to it. Inner city is like a tremendous sentient kettle, a boiling laboratory of ideas for the future of Pacific Bay. The body behind you says otherwise. Of course, it wasn't easy every day living in these parts, but mostly I have good memories. Oh, Will, there's something over there? It looks like... yeah, a body. Ew, I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh no, Will, this looks like a job for us, I agree. We better close off the perimeter and have a closer look at this. That poor Chinese girl was hung up right in the middle of the street. Do you think it's got anything to do with that community field Chief Marquis told us about? I can't believe you deal with such things every day of the week. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna back to the station. I'll be better off in my office with my computers. I can't blame you for feeling sick. It's still hard for me as well, but Will was right. We need to get the body autopsy. And you already found some clues. Those bits of plastic were right under where the victim was hung. We should try to patch them up. You're right. As for this flyer, most of its text is faded, but I know that if someone can make it reappear, it's you, Will. You're right, this scarf has the same pattern as the victim's dress. It must have belonged to her. Nothing escapes your sight. That's just amazing, Will. You're right. That's just the beginning, of course. I knew that. We still need to examine it. It looks like something got stuck in the scarf. Let's take a closer look at it. Good job, Will. You managed to make this flyer you found on the murder scene look like it's brand new. What does it say? You're not against the Chinese. Keep it Russian. Now that's brutal. It was issued by Ivana Golovanov. She seems to be some kind of local political figure. Good thinking, Will. Finding such an anti-Chinese pamphlet on the crime scene of a Chinese woman's murder, that doesn't look good. Let's go talk to this Ivana. Perfect, Will. This badge you just restored has our victim's photo and name on it, and so her name is Ling Zhang. The badge bears the name of Yun's Garden, which seems to be some kind of herbal shop. The victim must have worked there. Right, Will. We'll go there immediately. Well done, Will. You got a hair sample off the victim's scarf. You know, sometimes I worry that this job is too easy for you, but I never get as good as your partner if you left. Sure, Will. I need to stay focused. I'll get that hair sample to the lab for you. You don't have to worry about it with the thing. I can see you found one of my flyers, officers. Care to join the fight against the Chinese plague? I'm Asian. I wouldn't throw around such strong words if I were you, Miss Golov. What does it call Golov? I don't want to say all this. A Chinese woman has just been killed. You mean that girl hung up to a banner like dead meat? Well, now you say how those Chinese treat each other. Aren't they just feral bullies? They're trying to scare us Russians, hoping we move somewhere else so they can take our homes. We all know the Chinese want to make our homes their own turf, but I'll do anything to keep this place Russian, and I will succeed. No one can stop me. I'm a rocket ship. I can't believe Miss Golo could say such things about the Chinese Will. We should arrest her for being hateful. Oh sure, Will. We don't want our suspects to hide anything from us, so we have to let them talk the way they want. Hey, that's very clever of you, Will. Welcome to Yuan's Garden, Corporal. I am Yuan Wang, the owner of this honorable shop. How may I help you? Mrs. Wang, we're investigating on a young Chinese girl's murder, Lin Xiang. We know she used to work here, which is why Corporal Will would like to take a look at your shop. Pardon me, Ling's been murdered? This is sad news indeed. Please feel free to stay as long as you need, Corporal Will. I'll be around if you need me. Way to go, Will. You found a Chinese handbag. This could have belonged to the victim. I'll let you sift through it, though. You're the one with a keen eye here. You know, I could leave out a clue that's right under my nose. Of course, Will, Yuan Wang is still here in the shop. We should go talk to her about Ling. You were right again, Will. This handbag did belong to our victim. You found an illegal document with her picture inside. Well, this print was given to her by the Immigration Patrol. Apparently her visa was rejected and she wasn't allowed to set foot on U.S. soil. Well, that's something else. If she dragged the attention of the Immigration Service to herself, we should try and know more about this. Understood, Corporal Will. I'll send the document to Hannah immediately. Mrs. Wong, we know Ling used to work in your boutique before she got killed. When was the time you last saw her? Well, it was just yesterday. I left her in the charge of the shop and went to run my errands. Ling was so fragile and innocent. She did nothing to deserve this. Everything in this place was scaring her. She was just a country girl from a very small village in China, you know. I couldn't leave her alone in this crazy neighborhood. This is why I gave her the job. As Chinese, we have to watch each other's backs. Like many immigrants, she learned that this country is not the promised land, especially around here with the Russians steering trouble. Maybe she should go to Grisborough then. It must be those despicable Russians who killed Ling. Who else? They don't know anything honorable. They're just monsters. I don't want to keep you waiting any longer, Wood. I hear somebody found the victim's scarf belonged to the victim. Oh no, somehow I hoped it was the killer's hair. It could have helped us catching him. Don't worry, Amy. You know we'll never misfires. The hair was impregnated with vodka. The analysis showed the killer violently grabbed the victim by her hair, pulling some out. The killer had vodka on her hands when they dragged her through the street. So the killer has a soft spot for vodka then. That's good to know. I'll write it down. I'm done analyzing the document you found in the victim's handbag, Will. As you already figured out, she was not allowed to enter the country. So I've been digging deeper, and it turned out Ling had her visa personally rejected by Aicha Ben Melek from immigration. But it looks like Ling ignored Ben Melek's decision and decided to stay here anyway. And I heard of Ben Malik. She doesn't exactly let go of things. You're right, Will. This Aicha Ben Melek. Hello, Corporal Will. You don't need to tell me about Ling Zhang's murder. My chief already got me up to speed. You're the one who rejected her visa, Miss Ben Malik. You must have been pretty angry when you found out she had settled here without your permission. That stinky little rat got through, but I've caught up with her eventually. Nobody escapes me. This neighborhood has become a global hub for illegal immigration, you know. This is the main reason it has gone to hell. But at least Ling's death will save me some paperwork. You don't know how irksome it gets when we lose track of one of them illegal aliens. That's all you got to say about it, really. I'd say bureaucracy is a struggle Ling could have handled if she had been given a chance. Oh guys, I must really say you really moved my heart with that body you brought me. I'm saying this because the victim's heart was removed. Get it? Heart removed? Heart removed? Oh please, Roxy, how dare you make fun of this poor young girl? Sorry, I couldn't resist it. Anyway, the killer used a serrated blade to operate the young lady. A true massacre. But it didn't only butcher her. Weirdly enough, I found an acupuncture needle pinned to the victim's neck. Acupuncture needle. What would such a thing be doing on the victim's body? My guess is that the killer used acupuncture to put the victim to sleep. I read about it in the review. Once the victim was out, the killer could act on at their leisure. You would have thought such a monster would master the finest traditional Chinese medicine, but at least now we know that our killer practices acupuncture. Damn. This was supposed to be a merry jaunt into inner city. Now we must find out who killed poor Ling Zhang. I gotta say, I'm a bit confused. Well, so far we learned our killer practices acupuncture. One could argue they must be Chinese. But they also drink vodka, which means they must be Russian. Or you're right. Well, I should steer clear of such stereotypes. Well, they might be neither Chinese or Russian. All this jumbo is giving me a headache. Other than that, public political figure Ivana Galovan seems to be relishing on feeding the anti-Chinese hate that has been running among the Russian community. And there's also Aisha Ben Malik, who's in charge of the immigration around here and who hated our victim for entering the country without her approval. One thing for certain, Will, the ongoing tensions between the Russians and the Chinese are real. Corporal Will, there you are. Things are getting out of hand in the inner city. A Russian bar has been vandalized. We're on the brink of a street war. Corporal Will, here you are. A Russian bar, the Maloko, has just been wrecked. We're on the brink of a street war here. Oh my, Will is right. What if it's linked to the killing of Ling Zhang? Just hope that Ivana Galovan is really adding to the drama with her anti-Chinese agenda. All of this doesn't bode well. Right, well, let's focus on what's important. What we need to do now is to go investigate the bar that's just been vandalized. Nice catch, Will. This baseball bat you just picked was probably used to trash the bar. It has Chinese ornaments, which means it may be the Chinese who did it as a retribution for Ling's murder. Understood, I'll bring the powder kit. The vandal will have left fingerprints on it. And you also found Russian nesting dolls. Oh, they're so cute. I just love those dolls. It's a new treat every time you open one. And the smaller they get, the cuter they are. Of course, there may be something hidden inside. We should look into it. Great, well, now that you isolated fingerprints on the baseball bat you found in the bar, I'll send them to Hannah so she can process them. Oh please, Will, those dolls are too cute. Can I keep them? Of course, Will. The important thing is you found a herb bag from Yuan's garden hidden among the dolls. It's from Yang Wang's shop, but why was this bag hidden here? In these Russian notes, you're right. This warrants another talk with Yuan. This is Wang. Sergeant Will found his herbal blend hidden in a Russian nesting doll in the Maloko. Do you have any idea how it ended here? So she disobeyed me. Ling went to the Maloko bar to give it to that boy named Piotr Golovan. He's a bartender in the hideous place. I've forbidden her from going. Piotr Golovan. That name sounds familiar. Is he somehow related to Ivana Golovan? Exactly, they're siblings. In the Maloko bar is where his sister gives her the anti-Chinese speeches. The twin snakes, we Chinese call them. He had the nerve to come here to ask for a cure for his hepatitis. I told him to scream and told Ling never to speak to him, but she must have gone away. Anyway, how does she not listen to me? I gave her everything, a roof, food, taught her meditation, acupuncture, and this is how she thanked me. Our suspects are clear on the edge, that's the least you could say. Dealing with them gets touchier by the minute. At least we learned that Ling went to the Maloko bar to help this Piotr Golovan with his liver problems, despite Yuan's warnings. Here, this means he's the only Russian who's been in contact with Ling, which means we should hurry up and go talk to him. Mr. Golovan, Sergeant Will here is investigating the murder of Ling Zhang. We know you met each other before she died, but how well did you know her? Oh, Lynn, she was so sweet. Who would want to kill such an innocent person? I met her because I had bad hepatitis, and she cured me. It's because all this vodka I drink. It's my sister. She doesn't allow any other drink at home. She says it's the Russian thing to do. Every Russian hepatitis treatment I tried didn't work, so I decided I'd go to the herbal shop. Everything was so quiet there. This is when I met Ling, who told me all about Chinese culture, and I immediately loved it. I applied myself learning how to cook Chinese, then calligraphy, acupuncture. But please don't tell my sister Ivana I shared all of this with you. She will kill me if she finds out I developed a taste for Chinese culture.
Well, I'm done working on the fingerprints I found in the baseball bat, and I could determine they belong to a certain Tao Wei. He's a big cheese in the Russian-Chinese war game with a history of violence. Oh dear, well, this doesn't sound good. Chief Marquis told us the situation was tight already, but what if this incident ignited an open war? Did I hear my name, Sergeant Will? Well, that's good, because I'd like to talk to you in my office right now. Sergeant Will, I'm glad you found who caused the attack on the Russian bar. But I'm fearing an escalation of violence in inner city, and the situation needs to be handled right off the bat. Clearly, we don't want another person dead. Go find this Tao Wei, Hannah identified as the hooligan who provoked the Russians. Try not to push him. The atmosphere is tense enough already. You should go back to the crime scene. Go grab what clues you can there before any of the Russians or the Chinese cause a riot.
Thank goodness the inner city main street is still safe. Well, for now at least. Oh, you picked up a broken device. You think it was broken intentionally? Of course, we better repair it. I agree, Will. It's forensic science 101. If you're running out of clues, search the trash. I just wish it didn't smell that bad. Wow, well, this device you just fixed looks like a high-techy toy. High-techy toy. What? What kind of... Okay, or like a camera taped to a helicopter. Oh, that's exactly what it is, then I agree. Hannah's the one we need here. Let's get this camera to her. Putting water in trash cans? Really? Is that where we at, guys? I expected better. At least the Chinese and the Russians can share the same trash can. Will, what did you find? Lucky coin with a skull on it. What a spooky little thing. It has blood on it. Red skull. You think we better send that coin to Yan for analysis straight away? Alright, I'll take it to the lab. Tao Wei, Sergeant will identify you as the one who vandalized the Moloko bar. It's those Russians, they're all scumbags. They killed my wife-to-be. They deserve retribution. That's why I trashed their stinking bar. Your wife-to-be? You are married to Ling Zhang? Yes, I was to marry her this week. It was supposed to be a traditional wedding, but she died before I could even get to know her properly. Anyway, I'm sorry for this little incident at the bar. I was drunk on vodka. He was me to say it. But this Russian beverage is the best thing there is to drown one's sorrows. Well, Tao Wei, I just came back from a family party, and well, I'm a bit wasted as well. So, we have one tradition among cops too, Mr. Wei. We find hooligans no matter how apologetic they can be. This flank camera you brought me from the inner city main street is a real treat. Oh, I wish I was allowed to use this kind of top-notch stuff. I tracked out the owner of the device, and it turned out to be Aisha Ben Malik from immigration. She used it to spy on her suspects all around inner city. And as anyone can guess, it's completely illegal. How can immigration allow their agents to use such methods? On your side, this is all kinds of wrong, and Will's right. It is likely Aisha used this flying camera to stalk our victim. Let's go ask her about this. I'm done running some tests on the lucky coin you found at the crime scene, Will, and I can tell you the blood on it belonged to your victim, Ling Yang. Other than that, I wasn't really able to make heads or tails of this clue, so I had to have taken the liberty to have Russell look for himself. You're inspired, Jan. How are you doing, Sergeant Will? Oh, you came here with Amy. Hi, Amy. It's been a while. You're looking good. Still chasing criminals? Oh, hi, Russell. Still chasing them, yeah. Anyway, let's talk shop, shall we? Criminals by nature are cowardly and superstitious a lot. They often need to rely on meaningless rituals to justify their immoral deeds. In this case, your killer flipped a coin to decide whether Ling Zhang had to live or not. That way they could offload their responsibility. So my diagnostic would be only a gambling addict would have a chance to rule over Ling Zhang's life or death. Well, I'm impressed, Russell. That was brilliant. Thanks to you, now we know that our killer is a gambling freak. Sergeant Will found the helicopter camera you used to monitor the neighborhood, Miss Ben Malik. Do you know that's completely illegal, right? Do you know what it's like working in this neighborhood with just one gun and a notepad? Do you think the Russians, the Chinese around here are tourist attractions? Our parents, they fled Sultanistan to come here penniless. They always abided the law. They worked hard. They embraced the local culture, pledged allegiance to the flag. People like Ling Zhang can't be barred to integrate, but I am the law around here. When I say a visa is denied, it means denied. Sorry about the temper, Sergeant. I'm gonna hit home, sip some vodka, do some acupuncture. Ironically enough, it's the only thing keeping me sane these days. Well, so far you discovered that Ling's killer practices acupuncture and drinks vodka. And Russell just told us they couldn't come to any decision without taking a gamble. Other than that, Tao Wei went to smash up the Moloko bar, blaming the Russians for killing his wife-to-be. And Yuan Wang was obviously very angry at Ling for sharing their ancestral herb remedy. Not to mention the person Ling so helped is a Russian, Pyotr Golovan, who recently took an interest in Chinese culture. Guys, I thought there was something wrong with Aisha Ben Malik, so I hacked into the Immigration Services service. Here's all she gathered throughout her career. Thought you'd be interested. Thanks, Hannah. I'm pretty sure Will find something useful in there in time, won't you, Will? Fantastic, Will. Sifting through Aisha Ben Malik's documents, he found a picture of our victim. Hey, isn't that Pyotr Golovan with her and the banner behind him? Oh boy, that's a picture of Ling and Pyotr Golovan getting married. Wow. Guys, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. This is chapters 1 and 2 of Case 11 Heartless. See you guys next time.